Police encounters are often the most disturbing when they begin like any other call. A welfare check, a strange report, or a routine response can seem harmless at first, until one detail changes everything. In this video, officers search a home for a missing 3-year-old boy, only to discover he had been hidden inside the house the entire time.
How long has baby been gone? 3 months.
Police arrive at a public park where a decapitated man is found in the road while the suspect sits calmly nearby.
He cut his head off, dude. Holy.
And a welfare check in Utah leads officers into a quiet family home where an entire family had already been killed. These are 6 of the most disturbing police encounters that took a dark turn. Let's dive straight into the first clip.
How long has baby been gone? 3 months. 3 months? Mm-hmm. There's no phone number. No, none of that. No, I confess.
What? What are you confessing to?
What'd you confess to? What you do?
I want to punch his in the face. This kid's gonna be up for life.
This police encounter began with a welfare check. On June 24th, 2022, officers in Detroit were sent to a home after Child Protective Services received a disturbing report about a 3-year-old boy named Chase Allen.
I got a complaint that a mother reported to her family that one of her children was given away at the hospital. The same mother told a neighbor that her family members had the children. Well, the family members went to the house and confronted the mother, and she will not give up the information where the child is, and there's a concern that the child is actually dead.
How old is the child?
3 years old. There are 5 other children in that home as well.
According to the caller, Chase had not been seen for months. His mother, Azurity France, had reportedly given different explanations about where he was, telling some people that he had been given away at a hospital, while telling others that family members had taken him. But when relatives confronted her, she could not give a clear answer. That was when the concern shifted from a missing child to something far more serious. There were other children still inside the home, and nobody knew whether Chase was safe, hidden somewhere, or already gone. And when officers arrived, France's answers immediately raised concern.
What's your son's name?
Chase Allen.
How old is he?
3.
Okay, where is he?
What's her name?
What name?
I gave my old friend.
Every answer seemed to create another question. And for the officers standing in front of her, the situation no longer felt like a simple misunderstanding. A mother was claiming her 3-year-old child had been gone for months, but she had no real way to prove where he was. Then, without warning, the entire encounter changed. France stepped outside and suddenly told officers she wanted to confess.
You say what? I confess.
What?
Confess
What are you
to
confessing to?
What'd you confess to? What you do? Can I talk to you in private, please? Put cuffs on her.
At first, they did not know what she meant. But the moment she started speaking, the reason for the call became horrifyingly clear.
I get my shoes for you. We'll get you some shoes. We'll get you some shoes. I'm scared. Don't. Listen. It was it. We got it. Listen. He was malnutrition and I was scared to take food. Okay, where is he? In the basement in the fridge. I was scared. Okay, have a seat. Okay. You said he's where? I'm nervous. Where's the baby? You said he in the basement in the refrigerator. Yes. I'm nervous. When did he pass away? How long ago? In March. The end of March. He was malnutrition and I didn't want to take him. Okay. Put your foot in the car. We'll get you some shoes.
At the same time, other officers began speaking with the children still inside the house. One of them, a 9-year-old girl, seemed to know more than she should have ever had to carry. Carefully, officers asked her where her brother was, and instead of giving a full explanation, she led them deeper into the home.
You are here. Four.
Door locked? Yeah.
Oh, it's my baby sister too. Is your baby sister 5? You got it. Where's your brother at? Can you tell me? It's okay.
Is he in the house?
I can't remember anything. You can't remember anything? Do you remember, like, the last time you saw him? You're not in trouble. Is he inside?
Your mom's gonna be okay. She doesn't know what you're telling us right now. Is he inside the house? Just shake your head no or yes. Yeah.
Can you show me? Yeah. Okay. How about you show me?
The officers were not only dealing with a possible crime scene, they were dealing with children who had been living inside that same house, surrounded by the truth long before anyone outside finally came to check. Downstairs, officers entered the basement and began searching. They announced themselves, moved carefully through the space, and eventually focused on an old appliance. What they found inside confirmed the worst possible outcome.
Detroit police!
Detroit police!
The little girl told me to.
Detroit police, if you're down here, say something. Detroit police! If you guys don't want to see them,
Yes or no?
I'm gonna guess it's in the bag. I don't have those.
I don't either. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's blood.
Chase Allen had been hidden in a freezer.
Yeah. That's him too. Yeah. Damn. The You want?
Yeah, I got you.
It's
Confirmed.
yeah. The skeleton remains. You don't have to look if you don't want.
I'm gonna look. I got you. Yeah, I got you. I can smell it.
If you want me to pull it back, I can.
That's good enough for me.
The discovery changed the entire tone of the scene. Officers who had arrived hoping to locate a missing child now had to process that he had been inside the home all along. And outside, France continued trying to explain what had happened, claiming at first that the boy had died from malnutrition and that she had been too afraid to call anyone.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I didn't beat him. I didn't. He was malnutrition, and I didn't know who to call. It's not abuse. I was scared.
But as the investigation continued, that explanation would not hold. Once the discovery was made, officers turned their attention to the surviving children. Inside the home, they found conditions that raised even more concern. There was no running water, little food, and signs that the children had been living in severe neglect. Some of them were barely clothed. A 2-month-old baby was found in a swing. Officers had to search for clean bottles, clothing, and diapers while waiting for Child Protective Services to arrive.
Is she alive?
Yeah, the milk's just spilling in there. Hopefully she stays asleep.
Is that your little brother? Where's his clothes at? Does he have clothes? Yeah, he does. Where at? You want to show me?
She just grabbing clothes.
Where do you sleep at? We sleep in my room. In this one? No, this one. You sleep in here? Okay.
And, as the children were brought outside, the emotional weight of the scene became impossible to ignore.
Come on, guys. You guys want some candy? You guys want some water? You only got one bottle. You have to pass it around, okay? It's flavored. You guys like hot fries?
The officers tried to keep them calm. They gave them water, snacks, and a phone to watch, while the adults around them dealt with what had been found inside. But the situation was bigger than one missing child. It was now clear that every child in that home needed to be removed, examined, and protected.
$10 if that kid starved to death.
I don't get it. You gotta let a kid have that happen.
He's ignorant. Those kids are gonna be up for life. Dude, I already knew he was in there. You see it on the floor?
That's, yeah.
That's all I needed.
Well, I seen the bag. You could see the head shape, and then the bottom of it.
How you want to put him in a freezer that doesn't even work?
I think it was a fridge, like under those fridges.
She's disgusting.
She said it's been 3 months, right? Is what she initially said. The baby that she just had is only 2 months old, so the baby died before she even had the baby, so she can't really claim.
You can tell it's because they're malnourished.
Yeah, they were very skinny. I asked them which room they were sleeping in, the one that I couldn't even open the door. It just reeks of pee and
Same how they would do
Starvation, probably.
stuff in
in a bag.
Nothing.
But I was trying to figure out what we're doing with these kids to get them off scene.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Do my neighbors have to know?
Huh?
Do my neighbors?
Man, listen, you're asking me a lot of questions.
I'm nervous. I'm
I
sorry.
got you. I know. I understand you're nervous, and I apologize for that. But right now, we don't know what's going on yet. So when we find out what's going on, we will let you know what's going on.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I want to punch this in the face. In reality.
That's what we signed up for, buddy.
And now she's all worried about it. Stupid cunt.
There's no clean bottles.
Just grab it from the bar. I'll shake it out and do whatever.
Let me check the kitchen real quick. I don't see any. Might just have to rinse that one out.
It's moldy milk in here. She was already working on a bottle. Yeah, it was moldy. I was like, I'm just gonna do it before walking down the street. Yeah, it was. I opened it and it hit me in the face.
What makes this case especially disturbing is how ordinary the house looked from the outside. There was no dramatic chase, no armed standoff, no immediate sign that officers were about to uncover one of the worst child neglect cases they had ever seen. It began with questions at the door, a mother giving answers that did not make sense, and a welfare check that slowly exposed what had been hidden for months.
I'm not sure. Shoot, hopefully we take you so I can flirt with the girl from homicide. Nothing. Nah, you're fine. You don't need it. No, I said, hopefully we take you so I can go flirt with the girl from homicide.
Later, during the interrogation, France's story changed. She admitted that she had harmed Chase after becoming frustrated with him.
Never hit him.
What? Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I did. Yeah.
When? Remember, it's okay now. Just win.
I don't want to be in trouble.
Just win.
Okay, I was frustrated. I did hit him.
When?
A couple times.
I know.
It was a couple times.
Why?
I was frustrated and I was angry.
Mm-hmm. I know.
I didn't mean to hit him.
But this is the time to say what happened.
He wouldn't eat, and I just took it overboard.
What you do?
I started hitting him, and then I kicked him one time. That was it.
Where you kick him at?
I think in his chest.
Okay. What happened after you kicked him in his chest?
He laid down, and I went to go check on him, and he was okay. But the next morning, he didn't. I tried to feed him, and he didn't get up.
Do you think you ultimately killed?
No, I don't think I could have, but I don't think I did.
You don't think abusing him all those months did something to him?
Yes.
You don't think kicking him in the chest that day did something to him? That's a yes?
Yes.
All right.
According to investigators, her fear was not only about what had happened to Chase, it was also about losing the other children. That detail makes the case even harder to process, because the decision not to call 911 did not only deny Chase any chance of help, it allowed the other children to remain in the same home, living around a secret they never should have been forced to understand. France was eventually charged with several serious crimes, including murder, child abuse, torture, and concealing a death. In July 2024, she pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. As part of the agreement, the other charges were dismissed, and she was sentenced to 35 to 60 years in prison. But for the officers who responded that day, the case was not just about an arrest. It was about walking into a home where a child had been missing for months, where the surviving children were still living, and where every new detail made the situation feel worse. The welfare check was supposed to answer one question: where was Chase? Instead, it revealed a truth so dark that even the officers on scene struggled to hide their anger. And that is why this police encounter took such a disturbing turn. It began with a mother claiming her child was somewhere else. But within minutes, officers realized that the truth had been inside the house the entire time, hidden away while the rest of the children continued living just feet from it. But this was only the beginning. The next case shows just how quickly a police call can go from concerning to horrifying.
He cut his head off, dude. Yeah. Holy.
This police encounter began with a 911 call so strange that even the dispatcher had to ask the caller to explain what they meant. Someone had driven into Apodaca Park in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and noticed a man lying motionless in the road. At first, it sounded like a possible medical emergency, the kind of call officers respond to all the time. But then, the caller gave one detail that changed the entire nature of the response. The man did not just appear injured. His head had been separated from his body.
So I was just driving, right, and then I pulled into Apodaca Park, and I seen there was a body laying on the floor, and then I think his head was on the side of him. Could you tell if he was breathing? So then I no, his head was completely off of his body. What do you mean? Like he was decapitated.
Officers were sent to the park, expecting to secure a disturbing scene and check whether anyone was still in danger. But what they did not know yet was that the person responsible had not fled the area. He was still there, sitting calmly beneath a tree, watching as police arrived. When officers reached the park, the first thing they had to process was the body in the roadway.
Have one officer at the entrances.
94697, we got the east blocked off. We just need the south part of the park blocked off.
It looks old.
Okay.
It's
Go make 2-5 with them. Someone's sitting right there.
It was the kind of scene that immediately told them this was not a normal homicide call. There was no confusion about whether the victim could still be saved. Their priority quickly shifted from medical aid to containment, evidence preservation, and making sure there were no other victims nearby. As officers began blocking off the park, one of them noticed a man sitting only a short distance away. He was not running. He was not hiding in panic. He was simply there, sitting beneath a tree as if he had no connection to the horror just a few feet away. But as police moved closer, they saw the blood.
946, make 2-5 with the pedestrian in the middle of the park. Sir, put your hands up. Stand up. Come over here. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Get on your knees. Put your hands where I can see them.
Contact. I got cover. You got contact. Shift.
Hey, hands back.
slow down. Yeah. Nope.
I just lost my.
Just pat him down, bro.
Yeah. I'm off there. Is it cool if I take everything out of your pockets? Put gloves on, please. Put gloves on, please.
Yeah, I got gloves. Here you go.
Just get him at it. Hey.
We need somebody to stay at the intersection to make sure our scene doesn't get contaminated. Smith, get back to the intersection.
Smith, go on the body.
The man was detained almost immediately. Near him, officers found a blood-stained knife, along with belongings that appeared to be connected to the crime scene. And what disturbed them almost as much as the evidence was his demeanor. He did not act like someone shocked by what had happened. He seemed calm, detached, and strangely removed from the brutality around him. At that point, officers believed they had likely found the killer, but the park still had to be cleared. With a scene this violent, they could not assume there was only one victim. Every bag, every dark corner, and every part of the park had to be checked. And as they searched, it became clear that even the officers were struggling to process what they had just found. The knife made it even harder to understand. It seemed far too small for the damage at the scene, making the attack feel even more disturbing, as if it had taken time, force, and a level of violence even experienced officers could barely comprehend.
He cut his head off.
Dude.
He has a knife. It's a small.
Just stand by with it. I'm right here by the rock because there's a big pool of blood in the grass. I don't want to walk close to it because I don't want to get in trouble for walking so close to it. But they say they have a suspect or a possible suspect?
I'm like 99.99. That's it.
Oh really? You think so?
He was right there, next to the knife with all the blood.
Oh, is the knife and blood over there?
Yeah, it's like stuck to the ground. You can see all the blood on it.
Oh, okay, then never mind. I didn't know that part.
I got Ortiz watching where we got the dude.
Okay. Has he said anything?
Hey, John. He was smiling and laughing when we hooked him up.
Did you see the knife? The one that was sticking in the ground?
Yeah, it's this big.
Yeah, it's a small knife. There might be another one because there's that bag that's covered in blood. At least it looks like blood.
Maybe there's another head in it.
I'm actually thinking about that.
Because there's blood clots on it.
Yeah.
Oh, right by here, nobody closed that shit out.
Yeah,
it took a while. You know how hard does it get this?
My thing is people calling code 24 this, code 24
You can't call it on the
time yet. This motherfucker gets his head hacked off with a penknife.
And nobody says nothing. He was sitting there with his bloody hands next to his bloody bag, and then we found out the tree. Dude, he cut against the tree too. There was like an execution spot.
Against the. You think he's just crazy?
But you have to be, bro.
So they did their business, came over here and let people like, hey, let this motherfucker be seen on the street.
No, it's just one dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, he had to be gnawing at that thing for a while though. Spines, dude, are tough. Like you had it, you had to be going to town on that thing.
An average male, several blows with an axe.
Yeah, like that's meant for chopping.
Yeah. Why? How did he drove him this far? The head got over there somehow. So he either had to picked it up and moved it, or he kicked it, or rolled it, or something like that. So we got a tattoo. Times too. Yeah, we got some stab wounds, some good stab wounds, multiple stab wounds, and he's saying it's a 2-inch knife. Yeah. There were small stab wounds right there.
What's that, Dustin? Glass?
Right there.
See that shiny stuff there and there? What is that?
Could he spit? Yeah, could be spit.
Looks homeless, kinda?
Yeah, the camp that's up here. Let's see where they're at. Yeah, see, they said there's a camp up there, so I'm wondering if that's where he's actually been staying at.
And you think you drug him away?
Yeah,
oh, yeah, because
there's got drug marks, and if you look, if you shine your light up there, right by this tree, there's a puddle of blood right there, and blood on the tree. He either was carrying the head, or the head fell off from that time. It looks like there's a roll right there. He does that roll? Yeah, because there's blood right there, or kicked it.
As investigators examined the area, they began piecing together what had happened to the victim, later identified as 51-year-old James Garcia. His body had been left in the roadway, while his head was found roughly 20 feet away. There were drag marks in the park, suggesting that after the attack, Garcia had been moved deliberately toward the road. The autopsy would later confirm just how extreme the violence had been. Garcia had been stabbed more than 80 times before being decapitated. And according to prosecutors, after the killing, the suspect kicked Garcia's head through the park and toward multiple cars. That detail is what makes this case so difficult to even comprehend. The violence did not end when the victim died. What happened afterward made the crime feel even more detached from any normal sense of human behavior. Meanwhile, officers were working to identify the man they had detained. He gave the name Joel Arciniega Science. And as that name began circulating among the officers, one of them realized this was not the first time police had dealt with him.
Bro, what's your name?
So, this is what he gave me. I don't know if you guys found any identification. Laser said he didn't feel a lot on.
Start right.
Yeah.
You know who the suspect is?
Science.
It's Joel.
Huh?
It's Joel.
Which one? Joel.
Joel Science.
He's the one that Code 5 Vex wrote death to in his own blood and then signed his name.
Only weeks before the killing, Arciniega Science had been arrested after a vandalism spree in Las Cruces. He had smashed the windows of local businesses, and inside one of them, officers found hateful messages written across the walls, some of them smeared with blood. The damage was serious, the behavior was alarming, and he had been charged with multiple felonies. But he was released while awaiting trial. Now, only a short time later, officers were standing in a park with James Garcia dead in the road, a bloodied suspect in custody, and a crime scene so disturbing that even the responding officers were struggling to process it. Arciniega Sáenz was taken to the Las Cruces Police Department, where detectives began questioning him. At first, he gave them almost nothing. He denied knowing what had happened, avoided direct answers, and acted as though he had no idea why he was even there.
You feeling alright right now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What were you doing at Apodaca Park this past night?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Who were you there with? Tell me what you do know, Joel. Tell me what you do know.
What do you know?
What happened? What'd you get on your hands? What's that? You don't know what you got on your hands? And you don't know what you were doing in Apodaca Park tonight?
What were you doing?
I wasn't in Apodaca Park until I got called.
Me neither.
That's what officers found.
Yes.
So why do you think you're here, Joel?
You guys brought me here. You tell me.
I'm asking you why we brought you here.
Why did you?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
You asked me.
Huh?
I don't know. You asked me.
For nearly half an hour, detectives tried to push through the silence, but he kept deflecting. So they took a different approach. Detectives knew from his previous arrest that he had a history of reacting strongly to certain accusations and insults. They began pressing him about his relationship with James Garcia, suggesting there may have been something personal between them.
Joel, I'm just trying to find out more information about James. So, was he your boyfriend? Were you guys dating each other? Okay, were you guys in some kind of lover's quarrel?
Yeah.
Oh?
Who's that?
Like, because he's your boyfriend, you guys got in an argument?
Who told me that?
That's just what I'm getting.
Yeah, I knew that.
You tell me, man.
Why would you call me gay?
I'm not calling you gay. Yeah, I'm not judging you.
I'm married. Yeah, I'm married.
You're married?
Yeah.
Who are you married to? Are you married to James?
Are you trying to insult me?
Huh?
Are you insulting me?
No, I'm not insulting you. I'm not calling you gay.
Well, why are you calling me gay though?
We're not calling you gay. We're just asking if that's what it is.
I didn't call you gay.
Just called me gay.
I said, are you married to James?
No, who told you I'm married to James? I don't know I'm married.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to find out why James is dead in a park and you have his blood all over your hands.
I don't know. I'm not gay. I bet you are.
The strategy was meant to provoke a reaction, and it worked. Arciniega Sáenz started to lose control.
You're telling me I don't know that everything.
Detective. Yeah, you act like a child.
I'm not acting like a child.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So then tell me about James. Tell me about James.
Show your cheek says.
Is that why you're pissed off because James thought you were gay?
No.
Did James hit on you?
No.
Did he make some kind of advance towards you that you didn't like?
No. Want to fight me?
I don't want to fight you.
Well, let's see some of my ghost things like that.
I don't want to fight you.
Don't call me gay.
I'm not calling you gay.
I'll beat this.
Okay.
He became defensive, angry, and eventually began offering a version of events.
Here's what I think happened. You and James are in a relationship. He said something to you, and you killed him.
Where did you hear?
Does your wife know where you're at right now?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Does she know that you're sleeping in the park with another guy?
No. Well, I'm not sleeping in the park.
You told me earlier you're sleeping in the park. You and James are the only ones in the park.
I didn't do that.
That's exactly what you told me.
No, I've never seen that.
It's on the camera.
That's not what I said.
Look, Joel, you know what you did. I just want to know why you did it. So why did you kill that guy?
It's because you raped my wife.
Your wife. When did this happen?
4 years ago.
4 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay. Was that reported?
No, we were almost.
What's that?
Oh, they're all homeless.
You guys are all homies.
Homeless.
Homeless, I'm sorry.
Those are our bags that you had to go stealing from us.
Okay. Which bags are yours?
Those 3 bags belong to my wife and her 2 friends.
Okay.
I wanted to get them back. I just tried to take them. He pulled the gun on me. You saw it. So yeah, I have a knife in my stomach now.
And what else did you do?
I cut his head off. I dragged his body down the street and gave it that soccer with his head.
You played soccer with his head?
Yeah, I keep flat passing cars. I told you what you wanted.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you being honest with us.
Can you get a cigarette?
You want a cigarette?
Like
See what I can do for you, okay? See if I can get you a cigarette. Right.
He claimed that Garcia had wronged his wife years earlier. He claimed there had been a confrontation. He claimed there was a weapon. But as detectives continued investigating, the story began falling apart. There was no record proving the marriage he described. There was no report matching the assault claim he tried to use as justification. Investigators later determined that the story was fabricated, an attempt to explain away a killing that had no defensible reason behind it. But even before the court process could move forward, the case became complicated. Arciniega Sáenz was later declared mentally incompetent to stand trial, delaying proceedings for years while he underwent psychiatric evaluation. Investigators learned that he had reportedly suffered from schizophrenia since childhood and had been off medication for a long time. That became part of the legal process, but it did not erase what had happened to James Garcia or the damage left behind in that park. For nearly 4 years, the case remained unresolved in court. Then, in March 2025, Arciniega Sáenz was finally ruled competent and brought before a jury. After a week-long trial, he was found guilty of first-degree murder. What makes this encounter so disturbing is not only the brutality of the crime, but how calmly everything appeared once police arrived. Officers did not chase the suspect through the streets. They did not find him hiding miles away. He was sitting near the scene, covered in evidence, while the victim's body lay in the road nearby. The call began as a report of something strange in a park. But within minutes, officers realized they had walked into one of the darkest crime scenes Las Cruces police had ever seen. A scene where the killer had stayed close. The evidence was still fresh, and the truth was even worse than the first 911 call had made it sound. But if you thought this was where the danger ended, the next encounter proves otherwise.
She said, if you give me $500 right now, you can have. I said, have what? She said, have her. And she put her down in the leaves.
What? No, I would never sell my child.
And she said, no, I don't need help. I just don't want the bastard.
My child is my life. I never, ever hurt my baby.
And I'm like, is she crazy?
In March 2024, a woman walked into the Palatka Police Department in Florida carrying an 18-month-old girl. And the story she told officers was almost impossible to process.
Gonna bring her some clothes, diapers over, but we didn't. I was gonna wipe her off, but we didn't want to wipe her off in case she had to take pictures of her because she's okay. Don't cry, sweetie. Because she don't deserve it.
I'll come. Go in there, and I'll come sit with you.
Well, I'll come sit with you. All right. I called DCF to John, and he is on. He's gonna be calling me back.
Thank you so much for doing this. I know that this is way outside of what
I'm a mom first.
I understand.
According to her, the child's mother, Jessica Woods, had shown up at her workplace the day before with the baby in poor condition. The woman said she had already grown concerned after seeing the child without proper supplies, while Jessica appeared overwhelmed, unstable, and increasingly desperate.
Both of them had no shoes on. Her and Jessica walked in, and she asked me could I give her a new Emerald card because her taxes had dropped and she left it somewhere or something happened with it. So I got ready to put her stuff in, and I noticed the baby had took her diaper off. And she was like pointing at her private, like it was irritating her or something. So I was like, oh, maybe it's the diaper, kids get irritated or whatever. And she was like, she's not going to do that because I only have one diaper for her. So she put the diaper back on her. And it wouldn't, you know how the sticky side of the diaper, it wouldn't stick no more. So she like hit her. And was like, you just stupid. You shouldn't have did that. And I was like, what? So I called the police.
But what happened next changed everything.
This morning, I came 7 a.m. The mom, Jessica, was laying on the AC unit. And she was in a Dollar General's buggy. And it was drizzling. She was asleep and the baby was in there hollering. Well, I said, do you need help? Like, do you need me to call these so they can help you? And she said, no, don't worry about it. And she snatched her daughter out the top part and slammed her in the bottom part.
According to the woman, Jessica left the area after this. But it did not take long before police were called again. This time, the call came from a nearby restaurant, where someone reported seeing a woman and a baby walking around and asking people for food. When the responding officer found Jessica inside, she appeared frustrated that anyone had called at all. To her, the concern seemed unnecessary, but to the people watching, the situation was troubling enough to involve police.
They were worried about the baby.
Because she's throwing a tantrum.
No, well, more they wanted to make sure the baby was okay and that you were okay.
I'm fine. I'm trying to find emergency housing.
So what's the situation? What are you going through right now?
I'm going through a lot.
Like as far as housing, why are you looking for emergency housing?
Because I had a boyfriend who used to beat the out of me and I don't want it around my kid.
Okay.
If you can please help me in any way.
Well, okay, so I've got our victim's advocate coming out. She's gonna talk to you. She's gonna bring some stuff for the baby.
Where?
She'll be coming over here.
You know, just because the baby cries doesn't mean that they're in trouble. No. I'm sure you have kids.
I do. I have a son and a stepdaughter.
I can't even believe this. Is that rescue for my child?
No. They're going to a different call.
When the victim's advocate arrived with supplies and support, Jessica did not immediately relax. Instead, she seemed suspicious of their intentions, as if the help being offered might also be the first step toward taking her child away.
No, y'all making me feel great.
Oh, no, okay.
This is the victim's advocate that I told you I had come.
No, y'all really making me feel great. I got 4 y'all.
No, we have a bunch of stuff for you and the baby.
It's just right now, I'm needing a place to stay. She thinks y'all are probably trying to take her away from her. No, I'm not taking her away from mommy.
But despite accepting the help, Jessica would later end up separated from her daughter. And according to the woman who brought the child to police, that separation happened later the same day.
She came back to our job. At this point, she's yelling at the customers in there to give her money. I said, ma'am, you gotta leave. Like you have to leave now. She said, oh, I'm not leaving. And then took her in the bathroom. When she left out of there, I called the police. And she literally pushed the buggy in the road and laughed about it. And then hurry up and grab it. And I'm like, is she crazy?
Although she had already told officers what she witnessed, the woman was left with the impression that it would ultimately come down to her word against Jessica's. But the situation was far from over. It would not be long before Jessica came back again. And this time, she allegedly made an offer that changed the entire case.
She came back. I see her walking back towards our job. And she said, come here, because I trust you, come here. So I'm like, oh my God. I asked 2 of my coworkers to walk out with me because I don't know what's in somebody's mind. And as I walked over there, she said, if you give me $500 right now, you can have it. I said, have what? She said, have her. And she put her down in the leaves. And I said, are you serious? At this time, the baby got up and she was getting ready to walk in the road. And I grabbed the baby and I picked her up and I said, I'm not giving you no money. She said, well, just have her because it's just too much for me.
According to the woman, Jessica had made a horrifying offer. If she gave her money, she could take the baby. And when the woman refused, Jessica allegedly placed the child down outside and walked away, leaving the stranger to pick her up and bring her straight to police. At first, the case seemed painfully clear. A concerned bystander had stepped in, a child had been brought to safety, and police were now trying to understand how a mother had reached a point where she was allegedly willing to abandon her own daughter. But then, the story took a strange turn. When detectives later spoke with Jessica, she gave them a completely different version of events.
I went and filed my taxes at H&R Block. While I was there, one of the members of my church filed my taxes for me. She asked me if she could keep my daughter overnight. She said she wanted to buy her some clothes. She know I just got out of abusive marriage, and I'm trying to get back on my feet.
And this was Monday or Tuesday?
No, she's only been gone for 2 days. Only 2 days.
Okay. Well, today is Thursday, so that would have make it, what, Tuesday night? Tuesday night. You tell me like approximately what time?
About 7.
7 o'clock?
Yeah.
7 p.m.?
Yeah, 7 p.m.
She claimed she had never tried to sell her child. Instead, she said the woman from H&R Block had offered to care for the baby, and that she had been tricked into letting her daughter go. According to Jessica, this was not abandonment. It was a setup.
I allowed her to take Gigi, and about an hour after that, I got a knock at the door from the police saying that I was banned from H&R Block. So I sent a text message, and I said, if you not produce my child, I'm going to call the police.
What's this worker that you go to church with? What's her name?
Her name's Crystal. She's a black girl with the pink hair.
I said, do you need help? Again, I'm asking you, do you need help? And she said, no, I don't need help. I just don't want the bastard. And I said, okay. And I got the baby. I was crying. I walked across the streets, and I tried to wake her up. And I put her in my car, and I told her she is going to be okay. This should not go on with a child.
You don't remember having a conversation about trying to sell Giovanna?
What?
I'm just
No.
Okay.
I would never sell my child.
Okay.
No. I can't even believe that was even stated. My child is my life. To be honest with you, my sister, me and her have a very bad relationship. She has wanted my child. She's told lies to my entire family. I believe she sent Crystal to do that on purpose because she laughed yesterday in my face and told me I was going to be in jail. So they set this up. Sounds petty, but it's true.
I mean, what would be the reasoning they would do that?
Same reason she husband. She's spiteful.
That accusation forced investigators to look closer, because now they had two completely different stories. One from the woman who brought the child to police, and one from the mother claiming her baby had been taken from her.
You know I don't deserve to be in jail for this. I never, ever hurt my baby.
If you see her head, she hit her. It's right here.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Yeah.
She elbowed her last night.
So that was from last night?
Oh, you can see it good now. It's swollen all right here. The bruise. She got dirt all in her nose.
I'm an RN. I can't lose my child or my license.
But Jessica's version quickly began to fall apart. The timeline she gave detectives did not match what officers already knew. She claimed the baby had been taken on Tuesday night, but by then, the child had already been brought to the police department. She also named a supposed employee involved in the situation, but investigators found no one at the business by that name.
Are y'all gonna let me go?
No, man. No, there is a warrant for your arrest.
I'm saying, but like...
I mean, you are under arrest.
The more detectives compared the details, the more Jessica's story started to look less like the truth, and more like an attempt to explain away what had already been reported. And that is what makes this case so disturbing. It is not just the allegation that a mother tried to give away her child. It is the way the story immediately turned into confusion, denial, and blame, while an 18-month-old girl sat at the center of it all, completely dependent on the adults around her to protect her. In the end, Jessica Woods was arrested, and in February 2025, she pleaded no contest to multiple charges involving her daughter, including unlawful desertion and illegally placing a child for adoption. She was sentenced to 4 years in prison and 10 years of probation. Her daughter was placed in foster care, and while the legal case came to an end, the footage leaves behind a deeply unsettling reminder. Sometimes a child is not saved because someone planned a rescue. Sometimes they are saved because one stranger notices something is wrong and refuses to look away. And just when it seems like the darkest part is over, the next case shows that it can still go much further. On January 4th, 2023, the Enoch Police Department in Utah received a call that, at first, sounded like a welfare check. A woman was worried about her friend, 40-year-old Tausha Haight, after Tausha missed an online appointment and stopped responding to calls and messages. Normally, being unreachable for an hour might not seem like an emergency, but this situation was different.
Okay, and you said she was supposed to go back home last night, was it?
Yeah, she was away with her parents for like a week, I think, with the kids, and was going to go home last night as they had some divorce paperwork. But I know that she was a little bit concerned for her safety that way, and I just want to make sure she's okay. I can't get her by phone or email, and it's not like her to miss an appointment. It's only been an hour. It's not even, yeah, it's just been an hour. But
okay, do her and her ex still live together?
Yes, yeah, that was what the situation was. He was refusing to leave the home, and that's what the paperwork was. She was going to file paperwork to get him out.
Tausha was in the middle of a divorce from her husband, Michael Haight. According to the caller, Tausha had been concerned about returning home because Michael had shown violent tendencies in the past. She had reportedly been staying away with her children and was supposed to go back to the house to deal with divorce paperwork. But after that, she suddenly went silent. The caller also told dispatch that there were firearms in the home, and that although she believed they were locked away, she was not sure whether Michael still had access to them. That detail made the concern feel much heavier. This was no longer just about someone missing an appointment. It was about a woman in a volatile divorce, returning to a home she did not feel safe in, with 5 children potentially inside. And when officers arrived at the Haight residence, the house appeared quiet. From the outside, nothing immediately confirmed the caller's worst fears. There were no screams, no visible struggle, and no one standing outside asking for help. Just a quiet house, unanswered knocks, and a growing sense that something was deeply wrong. Officers tried to reach Tausha, but there was no response. They attempted to contact other members of the family, but those calls went nowhere too. Even the effort to confirm whether the children were at school only made the situation more concerning. One by one, every normal way of accounting for the family failed. Then another detail came in that made the silence even harder to ignore. Michael had also missed appointments and had not shown up for work. Now, it was no longer just Tausha who could not be reached. An entire household seemed to have vanished from their daily routines at the exact same time. As the minutes passed, the welfare check began to feel less like a precaution and more like the beginning of a discovery. Officers were standing outside a home where a mother, her children, and her estranged husband should have been accounted for. But there were no answered calls, no movement inside, and no clear sign that anyone was safe. And behind that silence was everything the caller had already warned about: a tense divorce, past concerns about violence, and firearms believed to be inside the home. Eventually, a family friend arrived with access to the property, and as soon as the door was opened, the tone of the entire call changed. This was no longer about checking whether someone had missed an appointment. There was now a heavy, unspoken fear that whatever had happened inside that home had already happened. When officers stepped inside, that fear became reality.
Sorry, they were just asking. There's 5 kids. Yep.
Phoenix City Police Department. Phoenix City Police Department. Yeah.
There's gonna be other kids. I got you back.
Cedar 673, prioritize this channel. I have 2 deceased on the bed. I'm gonna clear the home. Cedar 6, or
Go ahead, I got you.
Phoenix City Police Department. Anybody in the home, make yourself known. I'm gonna clear this room. Nobody. Phoenix City Police Department. Anybody in the house? We got another one deceased right here.
Where have you gone?
We need to clear the house. Clear here. We have one more deceased in this bed. Appears to be a gunshot to the face. Check in this room back here. One deceased here. Clear. Making good. I'm checking here. No, you're good. Wait. Yeah. One more.
Gunshot back ahead.
Shots to the head.
Boys, down here, make yourself known.
2, 4, 6. Hold right there, Chief. Phoenix City Police Department. One more up top. Blood on the bed.
Bathroom here.
Yeah, mess. One more down here.
Bathroom's clear.
Checking this room. Another gunshot. Or, sorry, I don't know that, but appears to be. Nope. One more.
Gunshot back ahead.
Nobody else. Just a vacuum that's going to fall. Go.
Sauna. That way. Left. Opening. Safes. Got keys in 2 safes down here.
Inside the home, they found Tausha Haight, her mother Gail, and 5 children dead. Michael Haight was also found dead inside the property. What had begun as a concerned call from a friend had uncovered an entire family tragedy. The horror of the scene was not just the number of victims, it was who they were. A mother, her children, a grandmother. 3 generations of one family gone inside their own home. A place that should have been the safest part of their lives had become the place where everything ended.
That's got another dead body. This is Michael here.
Put it in one door, Chief. Hold on. Go ahead. Nope. Cedar. Premises is clear.
Oh. We need crime scene tape. Start fencing off everything.
You got some in your car?
No.
I can't.
Call Gary.
Okay.
Investigators later determined that Michael was responsible for the deaths before taking his own life. And as they began piecing together the days leading up to the tragedy, the case became even darker. Tausha had filed for divorce just weeks earlier, in December 2022. According to the case details, the marriage had already been marked by control, fear, and instability, with concerns about Michael's behavior long before officers ever arrived at the home. But the divorce appears to have been the breaking point. Tausha was trying to leave, and Michael was losing the control he had held over the family. Investigators later found evidence suggesting this was not a sudden act of confusion, but something he had thought about in the days before it happened. And that is what makes the welfare check so haunting. It did not begin with violence in front of police. It began with absence, a missed appointment, unanswered calls, and a friend who knew Tausha well enough to realize that silence was not normal. By the time officers entered the home, it was already too late. The warning signs had been there: a tense divorce, past concerns about violence, firearms in the home, and children trapped in the middle of a situation they had no control over. The caller's instincts were right. Something was wrong. And on January 4th, 2023, that silence led police to one of the most devastating scenes they could have imagined. And the next case shows that sometimes the most terrifying part is not the moment police arrive. It is what has already happened before they get there. On June 3rd, 2021, in Panama City, Florida, what looked like a simple traffic stop was about to turn into something far more serious.
Hey there, how you doing, sir? You already know I'm stopping you? Okay, can I come go across the passenger lane?
What?
Can I come through the...
Yeah. You got your driver's license with you?
Yes, sir. I asked the car, I didn't realize I wasn't, I was trying to ask the car to get over here, and he said, yeah, and then fucking...
Alright. Do you have the registration or the insurance or anything? Any reason she's not in a car seat?
Yes, sir, we're actually removing right now.
2021 Panama, 97.
And her car seat's in the back, but I have nowhere to step her down. I have no... We come from the side of town, and we're relocating. We just went up there to Dodge and we're supposed to go back to the room.
At first, there was nothing that seemed unusual enough to suggest a major investigation was hiding behind it. A vehicle had been stopped in a busy area. The officer approached like he would on any other routine call. And inside the car were two adults, a young child, and almost everything they owned packed tightly around them. But within minutes, one small detail began to change the entire direction of the stop. The officer noticed that the child was not properly secured in a car seat. On its own, that could have been treated as a safety issue, a warning, a citation, maybe a short conversation about making space in the car. But the explanation he received only made the situation feel more uneasy. The adults claimed they were moving, that the car was full, and that they were essentially living out of the vehicle. It was the kind of answer that sounded chaotic, but not immediately criminal. Still, to the officer, the child's safety came first. And as he continued asking basic questions, the stop slowly started to reveal something much darker.
So I guess the correct solution would have been to download some of your stuff so she can ride in the car seat.
Well, it's not our room. It's a...
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, we're really sleeping in
Her being in a car seat's more important to me than your stuff is. I guess what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
So, give me a second. A13 on Southside. Can you check out the NCIC on this car? I got pulled over. I'm seeing something about a missing endangered person.
A13, what's the name on it?
On the 28 or on the missing person?
On the signal 8, is it Jordan Akers is showing up?
I believe Akers is showing up. I'm not sure if it's related or not. But in the notes it says possibly in the Panama City area. So whose car is this? You have your ID, ma'am? What's up?
Her car was stolen this morning.
Oh, that's no good at all.
Yeah.
What's your name? Jordan Akers?
When the officer ran the vehicle's information, a hit came back connected to a missing endangered child. Suddenly, this was no longer about a traffic violation. The vehicle, the child, and the woman inside were now potentially tied to a case that had started nearly 2 months earlier in Mississippi. The child had reportedly been listed as missing, and authorities had reason to believe she could be in danger. In that moment, the officer had to stay calm, because any sudden shift in tone could escalate the situation before backup and confirmation arrived.
Yeah, can you copy this white female signaling. I'm confirming that identity. I'm with the mother in the notes, Jordan Akers. Hey, what's her date of birth? Okay, thanks.
What would be a good place where we could wash all this stuff?
Wash your stuff?
Yeah.
What do you mean wash? Like in the laundry?
Like a big laundromat.
Yeah, there's one a few blocks back that way. Give me a second, I'm almost done. Hey, 13 on cell type. I did confirm I am 1012 with them.
Is that a kid I seen in the front seat? That's what I thought.
Yeah. That is an abducted child.
Sir, is that mom? Oh.
And child.
Oh boy. That's no bueno.
No, not even 100% sure what to do with that.
Signal 50, you think?
I don't know. The father's been awarded full custody and she's refused to return the child. According to the note, she's made threats that they're going to have to get the baby back.
As officers began confirming the details, the situation became more serious. The notes connected to the case suggested that the child's father had legal custody and that Akers had refused to return her. There were also concerns about comments allegedly made during the custody dispute, which made officers treat the situation with even more caution. But they still had to move carefully. The child was present, the adults were emotional, and the officers needed to separate everyone without creating panic.
Hey, you mind stepping out and talk with me real quick? Just a second? Yeah, please. Drop a piece of paper. I get to step back here with me for just a second.
What's up?
We'll let Sarge talk to you in just a second.
My apologies. It's going to be a white male. You see, you're not under arrest for being tender, right? The first name's going to be I'll explain the statement. Where the car keys? Where the car keys? Pat him down real quick and set him in the car.
Alright.
What happened?
Do it?
Somebody asked what happened?
Yeah, he's going to explain everything to you in just a second. Apparently something going on with you guys, and I don't really know all the backstory, so if I tell you much of anything that I don't know, I'm lying to you, and that ain't my job. So,
well,
just
the reason why I asked is because I just got told like this last night that let's send over here.
Just phones is all I got.
I'll explain to you what's going on, man.
So it's on 813 correct when I found her.
Because I just found out her mama called me and said that
just have a seat for me.
Said that she had something about she had missed court with her baby daddy or something.
One of the first things officers did was separate the adults so they could understand what each person knew. The companion claimed he had only recently learned that there might be an alert connected to the child, and that they were planning to go back and handle the situation properly. But the story also suggested weeks of instability. They had been moving around, staying in different places, and at times sleeping in the car. The vehicle was packed with belongings because, according to him, that was all they had left. To officers, this raised another concern. Even if the child was physically safe in that moment, the environment around her appeared unpredictable and unstable.
Is she being pretty cool?
Yeah.
Alright, let's
I could probably just talk her into bringing her and sitting in my back seat.
Let's do that.
I almost guarantee I could do that.
Yeah, we don't have to put her in handcuffs or anything for right now. I just want to keep everything cool with the kid. But let's go ahead and set her in your car. Make sure she's got no weapons on her. We don't have to search her, but
she ain't very much. So.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's no big deal. She's not under arrest or anything like that. We're just trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
And we just want to set her in our car.
And she wants to smoke anyway, so that will give her an opportunity to smoke.
Perfect.
I can save the kid in my police car.
Yep, perfect. Let's do that.
Got it.
Ooh, hello. How are you? Say hi. Can you tell her your name? Hi.
She is absolutely precious.
Yeah, come here. I'll talk to you real quick. Yeah, I know. So, talking to the case agent, the child is the Signal 8. That's birth mother. They're writing a warrant for her as we speak. She's run off the child.
51 to BCD.
This is boyfriend. They don't have charges on him. They would like him interviewed. But depending on what he's willing to say, he and the car can go. We're standing by for warrants for her. They're trying to get Dad over here to pick up child. So the biggest thing is going to be figuring out what to do with the kiddo until Dad gets here.
Okay. Does Mom have an ID or license or anything?
I got a license number, but she doesn't have it with her.
Is Dad on the way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long?
It's coming from Mississippi.
After speaking with the case agent in Mississippi, officers learned that a warrant was being prepared for Akers and that the child's father was already being contacted to come to Florida. From that moment, the stop was no longer just about verifying names or sorting out a custody dispute. It had become a missing endangered child case. The priority now was keeping the child safe, coordinating with investigators across state lines, and figuring out whether the adults in the car had knowingly kept her away from her lawful custodial parent. What makes the encounter so disturbing is how quietly it unfolds. There is no chase, no violence, and no obvious chaos. Just a child who had been missing for weeks, sitting inside a packed car during what began as a routine traffic stop. What started as a minor infraction had turned into a multi-agency effort to protect the child until she could be reunited with her father.
They're exploring the options to get him here as soon as they can. Yeah, the dad was there with her when I talked to her. He signed the warrants. She's going to get them signed by the judge and sending them over so we can do what we're gonna do with her.
Okay. So CSC's gonna take the kids. So whatever you guys want to do with Mom, you can do. We need to hold her just until they sign those warrants in case they want an interview.
Yeah.
As far as I know, no, but they may change their mind, and then I'll get him out of here.
Yeah.
Take these two to CSC?
No, just the girl, right? Just the baby.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good once you're done with him. Did you interview her or no?
No, not yet. Like I said, I've got a depot in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh. So.
That's. I don't know. Yeah. If they want one, we can take care of that before she goes to jail.
If you just bring baby to the CSC, if you want to transfer her up to the station, I'm going to get rid of him.
Okay.
I'll do my depot, and then I'll call the detective back there, see if they want to interview, and then if not,
I'm probably gonna. If it's okay with you, I'm probably just going to take them both up there together, and we're just going to hold them both of them until I get ready to separate them.
CAC? Okay.
Yeah. Or they can both come to the station, or we can both go to the CAC. Does that work for you?
Yeah, they have different policies, but
Okay.
I don't think because it's in a... They might allow Mom in the facility, so just double check with them.
I'm just trying to wait until I have the warrant in hand before I bother separating. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yep, nope, understand.
At this point, officers had to think beyond the arrest itself. The child had been away from Mississippi for weeks, and the priority was no longer just confirming where she had been. It was making sure she was safe now. Because the case involved a missing endangered child across state lines, local officers could not simply release her to anyone at the scene. They had to coordinate with child services, the case agent in Mississippi, and the father who was already trying to get to Florida. While they waited for the warrant to be finalized, officers moved carefully. They knew the situation was sensitive, but they also knew every step had to be legally solid. Akers had not been arrested yet. The warrant was still being signed, and the child still needed to be protected from any further instability. So instead of rushing the separation, they kept the scene controlled and waited for confirmation.
All right, you guys are going to ride to the station with us, okay? So if you want to smoke real quick before we go. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. Request the detective check.
Are we driving or are we riding with y'all?
Ride with me. I gave them to you.
Hey there.
Car. Hi.
What'd you leave?
I think I left the wipes in my car.
Oh, that's no good.
I'm gonna change her clothes because she did get dirty out there, y'all.
Okay.
Hi, how are you?
Good. What are you doing?
Actually, can you come out with us for a second?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know this was on.
Hi, baby.
I'll be right back.
It's okay.
Oh, that's okay.
A little bit of it, but if she's not coming back, and I at least kiss her before.
Yeah, you can give her a kiss. That's just fine.
While we're right here right now, because I know a little bit about her.
want to get in that bag?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, that is one.
You're still back out here? Alright, they did just sign a warrant for arrest, like right now.
Why am I being arrested though?
For I think is what they said.
Custody of her.
That's not what they're saying.
In my car if y'all want to read it.
That's not what they're saying in Mississippi. So I'm not charging you with anything. It's just a warrant.
Akers became emotional and tried to explain her side. She suggested there was a painful history behind the custody battle and that she believed she had reasons for leaving.
All right, you guys are gonna ride to the station with us, okay? So if you want to smoke real quick before we go, yeah, absolutely. I don't know.
Okay.
Request the detective check.
Are we driving or are we riding with y'all?
Right on me. I gave them to you.
Oh, never mind. I think I gave them this bag. All right, let me get this bag. Oh no.
Hey there.
Car. Hi.
What'd you leave?
I think I left the wipes in my car.
Oh, that's no good.
I'm gonna change her clothes because she did get dirty out there, y'all. Okay. Hi, how are you? I'm good. What are you doing?
Actually, can you come out for a second?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know this was on.
Hi, baby.
Well, we'll be right back.
It's okay.
Well, that's okay.
A little bit of it, but if she's not coming back, and I at least kiss her before.
Yeah, you can give her a kiss. That's just fine.
Well, we're right here right now. I know a little bit about her.
421.
You want to get in that bag?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, that is one.
You're still back out here? Alright, they did just sign a warrant for arrest, like right now.
Why am I being arrested though?
For I think is what they said.
Custody of her.
That's not what they're saying.
In my car if y'all want to read it.
That's not what they're saying in Mississippi. So I'm not charging you with anything. It's just a warrant.
But at that point, the officers on scene were not there to untangle the entire family history. Their job was to act on what had already been legally confirmed. The father had custody, the child had been listed as missing, and a warrant had now been issued.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I understand. I haven't been lying to you. Like I said, she actually, as we were pulling up, the case agent for this case called me, and like they just issued a warrant for you. So that's what you're being arrested for?
I'll be able to find out. I'm not trying to freak out.
No, I know. I know.
My story. I just, I did until I married this man. He was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But then I married him. He beat me. He put my mouth wide open. He broke my ribs.
Hey, 13-pounder.
He broke my belongings. This was while pregnant, not pregnant, and while she was a newborn. My attorney.
1051 is jail cop. Get him.
On him. She had planned, she told him I'd film every move that I made with him as far as taking pictures of what he said to me.
11581.
Putting protection orders on him. I have a protection order on him right now through the chancellor.
Yes, ma'am. Do you want those windows up so the AC blows back there? Or you want them down so you can? Okay.
I feel like my heart just got ripped out of my chest.
I understand. Just relax. You're working yourself up.
That baby is my life.
I know, and that baby is in probably the safest place in town it can be right now. No, but that's the safest place in this town she can be. Those ladies are excellent. That's what they do.
It's not that I don't want him to be a daddy. My daughter deserves to have that. I would never make that choice for her, ever.
While Akers was taken toward jail and prepared for extradition back to Mississippi, officers focused on getting the child safely back to her father, who was already on his way to Florida. The man who had been with her was not immediately arrested, but investigators still had to determine what he knew, when he knew it, and whether he had played any role in helping her stay away. And that is what makes this encounter so unsettling. It does not unfold like a violent chase or a chaotic arrest. It begins with something small, a packed car, a child without a proper car seat, and a few nervous explanations that do not quite add up. But within minutes, officers realized they may be witnessing the end of a missing child case that had crossed state lines and lasted for weeks. By the end of the stop, the child was removed from an unstable situation. Akers was taken into custody, and her father was on his way to reunite with her. But the footage leaves behind a disturbing reminder. Sometimes the darkest police encounters do not begin with weapons, screaming, or violence. Sometimes they begin with one small detail that feels wrong, and an officer who keeps asking questions. That's all for today, folks. If you like to see more of this creepy content, click on the video on screen.